To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Now, I'm sure most of us, if you're watching this series, are familiar with the dreaded Captain Gore, the ex-pirate who was one of the original main characters to one of the original stories for the Haunted Mansion, back when the mansion was transitioning between a walkthrough attraction to an Omnimover style. Today we will quickly be going over the origin story for Captain Gore because I assume most of us know it by now, and what remains of him in the mansion today. Captain Bartholomew Gore, also known by the names Captain Gideon Gore-Lew and Captain Bartholomew Roberts, was a pirate who served underneath Jean Lafitte in the Battle of New Orleans, Lafitte being another famous pirate with ties to the mansion. After Bartholomew's days of pirating were over, he built a massive mansion in New Orleans and married a woman named Priscilla. Sometime after they were married, Priscilla discovered her husband's horrible past and was killed by Bartholomew. After being mercilessly haunted by Priscilla's ghost night and day, Bartholomew hung himself from the rafters in the attic, which served as an inspiration for the ghost host in the stretching room. Now, we all know that story, but what remains of the infamous sea captain at the mansion today? As I mentioned in an earlier video, in the interactive queue at Walt Disney World there is a tomb for an old mariner. The character of the mariner was inspired by Captain Gore, but this is not Captain Gore. He's actually Culpeper Klein. The mariner was a ship captain who drowned at sea, one of the original story ideas for Captain Gore. This character appears in the graveyard scene at Disneyland by the broken down hearse having a very nice glass of warm tea. Another reference to the pirate captain lies in the graveyard at Walt Disney World. In the place where many Imagineers have their names inscribed on tombstones, there is also one that reads Bartholomew Gore. So maybe the character does exist in the lore of the Haunted Mansion after all. At Disneyland there used to be a nautical spyglass and a barometer found on one of the second floor porches of the Haunted Mansion. This, of course, being a reference to how Captain Gore used to be a sailor. These were unfortunately moved in 2001 though, but there is a remaining reference to Captain Gore on top of the Haunted Mansion, at the very, very top. The weather vane on top of the house is of course a pirate ship. And the last reference we have to Captain Gore is not exactly at the Haunted Mansion, but more in New Orleans Square. Ah yes, the famous 1764 archway. If you want to learn more about that crypt and why it's important to not only the stories of the Haunted Mansion, but also the Pirates of the Caribbean, make sure to check out my video How the Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean are connected. There are tons of references to Captain Gore in the attractions. Let me know down in the comments if I missed any, and I'll see you all a little later.